No. Yes. You can't. Yes. You will. Huh?
You're live. Say hi.
No.
All right, can somebody text me?
Someone's gonna text me. I can go.
No, baby, I'll be right back.
What's on the burger?
Yes.
Xavier, cut it out.
What's on the
Xavier. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to get on because they're having issues, so give me a second. Not over here
Mom.
because I'm busy.
No. Push. Like an old man. Like an old man party. Push. Daddy's an old man, so push.
Xavier, go watch TV.
I'm not watching TV.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone. I'm Vanessa Gano, Double Diamond Leader with It Works. Really? You're gonna do that? Go to your room now. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. First things first is about the distributor kits. I know that they were on a delay because of the defining gel. The defining gel is on back order, and that goes for all sizes, the minis and the regular defining gel. So until that comes back in stock, they will not be putting defining gel in the kits. You will get a kit, but it will not have the 4 mini defining gels in there. So what you can do in the meantime is when you get your kit, you are going to put in a ticket so that you can get a $20 credit to your account. It's like a product credit. So if you get your kit and you don't have the defining gels in there, go ahead and put in a ticket. As of right now, until the defining gel comes back, no kits will have the defining gel in it. On the team pages, you will see the wording. Okay, thanks for the question. On the team pages, you'll see the wording for the defining gel, what you need to say so that you get that $20 credit. Another thing is if you are waiting longer than 2 weeks to get your kit, also put in a ticket so that they can give you an extension for your fast start qualification and for your 120 and free product. But you shouldn't wait for your kit for you to start your business, because you can get your kit today. You can enroll today and have 4 loyal customers by the end of the week. I've seen it done. You know, one of my newbies, she just did it in 2 days. So if she can do it, anybody can do it. You don't need to wait for your kit to come in the mail. Everything that comes in your kit is in eSuite. So there's no excuses why you shouldn't be working your business before you get your kit. Okay, so I'm going to start answering your questions.
Are you going to try to go in there, Max? Huh? Are you going to go in the haunted house?
Okay, one of the questions I got, it says, can you cancel your auto ship before the date and what will happen if you do? Okay, so if you cancel your auto ship, you will not get paid unless you have 150 personal bonus volume. 1 second. Go, push. You will not, like I said, you will not be penalized for it. But if you want to get paid, you have to have 150 personal bonus volume. If you're a leader, we expect you to be commission qualified each month. And there's 2 ways to do that. Either run an 80 BV auto ship or have 150 personal bonus volume. Like I said, as a leader, you are expected. This is your own business to do whatever you want, like I said. I'm not here to manage you, but if you want to be a leader and you want to get to the high levels of this business, then be a leader and get yourself to 150 personal bonus volume or run that auto ship. Because once you get to the higher levels, you're going to expect it from your leaders as well.
Try this one. Mine can do it too. What's this?
And make sure that you know the difference. There is 2 auto ships. One is your product, and the second is for your website. I'm not gonna put up with you. Go watch TV now. I'm busy.
I'm busy.
Okay, sorry guys. The $20 for your auto ship, or depending on what state you live in, you might have tax on it. But depending on that, it's $20. That $20 is for your website and full access to your eSuite. Now, what that means is if you do not pay the $20 for your eSuite, then you only have limited access, which means you cannot see your orders, you cannot see your team's orders, and the only thing that
My dad's here.
you have access to is your own auto ship settings.
My dad's here.
Stop.
My dad's here.
And he has a key to the house. Hold on.
You can't even do it.
We only have plastic. Stay over here. That thing is live on the camera. Cut it out. Sorry, guys. Okay. What was I saying? This is what happens when you have a business at home. Your kids are running around everywhere. So you have limited access to your eSuite with that $20 if you don't pay it. Like I said, you don't have. You won't even have access to the document portion of eSuite. And within 3 months, if you don't pay it, your website will be shut off. So your customers will not be able to order from you either. So it's very important that you sell a wrap or do whatever you can to pay the $20 for at least that if you are not going to run a regular auto ship for your products. Sit down and be quiet. Okay. Next question.
My My brother is peeing.
Yeah, he's fine.
Dude, look it down. Right there. Oh yeah.
Get out of here.
You can see right there. Look down.
Yes, the extension will also be for the $100 weekly bonuses for your newbies. So if they aren't getting their kit right away and they're waiting for their kit to come in to start their business, then yes, if they put in that ticket to get the extension, that also is for your weekly bonus. But keep in mind, if you do not, if you wait to get started and you don't do anything, the Ruby bonus, they're not giving extensions on that. So you either get it within the deadline or you don't. So do not wait. And in the mandatory qualifications is you have to have 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. They're not giving any extensions on that. So why are you going to wait to start your business and lose out on that $500 bonus as well? So don't wait on that. Okay, next question. Okay, how to stay motivated since I did. Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you, I thought there was like the secret to keeping my team motivated, or maybe I was doing something wrong, or whatever the case is. Every leader that I have talked to has told me the same thing over and over and over again. You cannot motivate somebody to run their business. It has to come from within. So if you can talk to somebody and we can share all these stories with them and everything, but they have to want it for themselves. We can't want it for them. They have to want to run their business. They have to want to make that extra $500 a month or that extra $2,000 a month. Like I said, I've talked to so many other leaders and they all say the same thing. Motivation is from within. So if they are feeling like they're in a funk, or whatever the case is, just be real with them and tell them that they know what they have to do. We lay out everything for them. It's up to them to make the decision on whether they want that extra income to support their families or whatever the case is. We remind them of their why, the reason why they started, and maybe that will get them motivated again. But there's no secret to getting your team motivated. They have to want it for themselves, and they have to get themselves out of that funk. Like I said, we can tell them all the success stories and everything, but if they don't want it, or they won't get it. The reason why I stay motivated the entire time after so many things were going against me and my business is because I knew that I wanted to get to Diamond. I knew that once I got to Diamond that I was going to unlock the entire compensation plan. And that was huge because that extra $2,000 a month, that really helped us. Most of you have heard my story. We struggled a lot. We barely had enough to keep our water or our lights on. So I didn't want to have to go through that again. we don't join this business because we have money. We join this business because we don't. And that's why I kept going, is because I didn't have, if I stopped this business, I was going to be back to square one. And where was I going to leave my kids? It was as simple as that. Oh God, I'm getting emotional. I paid $1,000 of daycare every month. So I was basically working to put my kids in daycare. And because of that extra cost was not being able to feed my kids, not being able to put Pampers on them, not being able to keep the light on or the water, we'd have to get loans just to do that, or we got loans just to pay the damn daycare sometimes. So that extra $2,000 a month, that really helped us. And then once I got to Double Diamond, I was able to quit my full-time job because of that. So that was my motivation, because I knew if I stopped this at any time, go help him, Xavier. Come on, Max. If I stopped this at any time, I was going to be back at square one. And I didn't want to see my kids go through that. That is my why, and that's still my why. So they are my motivation to keep going. See, that comes from within. I can't tell anybody. I don't know what everyone's why is, true why. I'm busy. Xavier's gonna help you. Okay, 1 second.
How would Max do that? Hurry up. Hurry up, Max. Well, guys, so my mom was asking, so
okay. All right. So my kids are my motivation. Everybody has to go back to their why. If they bring that up, maybe that why will motivate them again, but the motivation has to come from within. Okay, I had another one too. Let's see, what does my schedule look like? Okay, guys, when I worked a full-time job, not now, I mean, I know a lot of you are still working, but when I had a full-time job, I used apps to schedule posts. And I'm going to show you the apps that I use. Let me just dim my phone real quick. Let me go get my son.
So, she's going to show you an app. So I'm going to show you. Everybody's like a cannibal.
You gonna come sit with me? Where are you going? Okay. All right. Okay, so the apps that I used, okay, so come on, hold on. I went ahead of myself. Close. Okay, sorry, my kids have games. Oh man, hold on. You can't see it. Maybe that works. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay, let me see one more time. Better? Okay, yeah. Okay, this little app right here, it's called Buffer app. Now, I use this for Facebook. And I would schedule my posts like that. Let's see, you can barely see it. This is what it looks like. At the bottom, you can, there's the little analytics and things like that. In the middle, it's just like Instagram. You click it. Sorry. You click it, it's to post. You write what you want to post. You add a picture and it asks you to schedule. You can choose what time you want it to schedule. And then it says use this time. So I used to schedule at least 5 to 6 posts a day on Facebook. And then now something new that came out for Instagram. Instagram is a little bit trickier. It doesn't post for you. It'll give you a reminder and then you have to hit post. Where is my app? Okay. There's a little owl right there. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's called Hootsuite. Now that app, it's just like Buffer, and you use that. Okay, I'm going to show you this. If you sign up with any one of these, your Twitter, Facebook, or Google accounts, if you want to use this for all of these, it's going to be a monthly fee. I use this just for Instagram. So I sign in with an email account. Now, after you do that, then it'll be just like Buffer. There's a little icon for you to post and things like that. Schedule about 5 to 6 posts on there. And don't forget to, put funny things in there in between and things like that. So that's what I used to do when I was working, because it was a lot easier for me so that I wasn't on my phone all the time, because I was a revenue manager. I couldn't do that. It was so now that I'm at home, okay, so the life gets kind of crazy here with the kids. So what I did was, I think that's it, yeah. This, let me unplug it. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. This is my little alarm clock. There we go. I have it set for every single hour for it to go off and to remind me to post on Instagram. I'm on Facebook all day, doing team stuff and whatever. But, and then whenever I'm on Instagram, I'm following people. So this is an easy reminder for me to post on Instagram. And in between, like I said, so I have it running from 8 o'clock in the morning to close to 10 o'clock at night. It's about to go off in 10 minutes too. So, I have it set for every hour, and I post something at least every hour. I know, you're not going to be able to do it. Just watch something on Hulu. Okay. All right. So that's what I do now. I do a lot of posts on like family stuff and just random things. I've been sticking to my 2 wrap or before and after posts a day, and that's helping me to keep my followers on Instagram. Usually before I used to follow about like 1,000 people, and only like 100 would follow me back. But now every time I'm adding people, I only have like 5 or 6 people that unfollow me. So that has been helping a lot for me to post a lot during the day, but also to keep it very minimal on my before and after post. Another thing too is a lot of my random posts tie back into It Works somehow. So I'm going to show you one that I did about an hour ago. It was just like one of these little memes or whatever you call them. And says, so if I put the kids in daycare and work, I'll bring exactly $56 after paying for daycare. Yeah, that sounds worth it. That was basically my story, right? So I put on there as my caption, this is why I work from home and raise my own babies. I was paying $1,000 a month just on daycare. This is one of the reasons why we were struggling and living paycheck to paycheck. Thanks to It Works, I don't have to worry about that. That was a random post, but it was also tied into It Works. Another one, it's, a cute little picture, and it says, surround yourself with people who encourage you, inspire you, and believe in your dreams. My caption, I'm so blessed to have an amazing team that wants so much for their families and work hard every day so that they could eventually be getting paid $3,000 a day. Hashtag future millionaires, hashtag my team's amazing, hashtag dream big, and my personal hashtag Gano team. So, and then I got a comment on there. Dinner. Burger King. That's all right, I got Fat Fighters. Okay, another thing I do, the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I check eSuite. And I have my planner. You can't really see it because I write in pencil. But every single day I write down my volume numbers. Now this helps me, since I have a large team, this helps me keep track compared to last month, how my volumes are pacing, and who's doing what and things like that. So that really helps me to stay focused. I also have every day is listed as something. I work on charts on Saturdays and really every single day because I'm looking at eSuite 24/7. Every Sunday is our family call. Every Monday is our Show Me the Money call. Every Tuesday is our online wrap parties for our team. Wednesdays are basically free for me to catch up on anything that I need to do, especially charts. Thursdays are our team calls, and then Friday is follow-up Friday. And then I have, like these little dates. I write down everybody that I need to follow up with on that Friday. If I have their email, if I have their Facebook, if I have their Instagram, I write that information down, and then a little slash with what they were interested in, whatever. Notes, if I'm helping somebody redeem a referral, then I have their website listed in the notes and what day they enrolled so that I know that they have 30 days from that day to get a referral. And I also write down who they are placed under, so maybe that person can help me out as well. Okay, so that is my schedule. Another thing that's in here is on the side, I write down my goal. How many little customers I want each month and how many distributors I want each month. And then each time I get one, I fill it out. So it's basically like if I have my steps to success in my notebook. Like I said, I take this with me everywhere too. Where is it at? And I carry this everywhere. In here, I have my wraps. Sorry. I have my party pad. I have my wraps. I actually have 3 boxes in here. I have Steps to Success with me all the time. I have Ruby charts with me all the time. And then I have tons of Blitz cards. And some greens on the go, but I'm out right now because I gave them all away. So I carry this with me every single where I go. It's in my purse. or it's in my car when I don't carry my purse, because you never know who's going to want to wrap or who I can give a Blitz card to. If I'm in the car, that means, I'm pretty much working and I got to hand out those Blitz cards. So that's pretty much what my day looks like. I follow up a lot. I message a lot of people on Facebook and Instagram. I don't do a lot of the group pages. I've never been really successful with that. I know a lot of my team has, though. I'm not going to knock it. But if that works for you, then continue to do what works for you. What other question? Let me see. There was another question in here. Okay. Okay. How do you find time to reply to all potentials when you have a crazy busy schedule? Okay, once my kids are asleep, this is why I stay up till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I try to sleep a little bit in during the day, but sometimes that even that's not possible. So, for Instagram, I also use a website called Ink361. I've said it before on some of my calls, and Jade uses it as well. Anybody that likes my posts or comments on it, I will direct message them. And a great, for Instagram, you need to know their username. So I use the website so that I could just easily write it in and look at it there, instead of having to go back and forth to see, okay, well, you like this picture and you like this picture, and everything's right in front of me on my computer screen. So if you have a computer, that's very good. You can use that. If you don't have a computer, get you one of these. I have tons of them. This is mine from when I first started. I have every single page is filled. I have sticky notes. I have, everything from when my little customers first started. And then I got another one. And I filled this one up. I talk to a lot of people. So this is why I got me one of these, because it's easier. But every now, there's my Instagram. See, I got to post. Okay. So I used to write them all down before I got on a computer, and I found out about that website. Anytime somebody would like it, I'd write down their username real quick, which post it was, and once my kids were asleep, that's when I would start messaging all these people. When I was working, when I had a full-time job, I was literally working about 20 hours a day, because I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, get ready for work, go to work. When I got out, my son had football and things were crazy with that. Get home, feed them, and take a shower, all that good stuff. And then once the kids were in bed, I was up until like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I'd go to sleep and do it all over again. So now when the kids are napping, or now the kids are going back to school, I'm going to have more time to do it a little bit more during the day. But sometimes, depending on the post and how many people like the post, it might be easy for me to message them back right away. But if it's a post that gets a ton of hits, then that has to wait until the nighttime, when I have more time to dedicate to them. Okay. Another question. Where do you get your low customers and distributors? Instagram or Facebook? I work my business about 90% on Instagram, about 5% on Facebook, and 5% in person. That's how big Instagram is. So you need to grow your Instagram account, because with Facebook, you know, a lot of people won't add you because they don't know you and they don't want you to be all up in their business, or vice versa. But on Instagram, they feel like they only show pictures, but pictures are worth 1,000 words. So you actually get to know more about their life on Instagram, and they don't even know that. I mean, you know, they think that, you know, they're just showing that on Instagram, but they're showing everything on Instagram, whether they like it or not. And more, I guess, because they follow a lot of people, and it's kind of like Twitter, where you have to follow a lot of people to, you know, get interaction. I guess maybe that's why they, you know, just click accept. But remember, to make sure that you don't have wraps in your Instagram name, and that you're not spamming them with a ton of It Works posts, because then they will not accept your request. So if Facebook is working for you, then continue to work it. Like I said, do what works for you. Instagram really works for me. Facebook, if it's somebody on Facebook, then they're like a friend or somebody I've known a long time, but they've just been watching my stuff. So, I mean, some of my friends, you know, they saw me for a whole year and a half before they, you know, decided to order or join. So, you know, Facebook is all about watching you. And they're really watching you to fail. So make sure that you're posting positive stuff. Make sure that you're posting stuff that, you know, it's going to help you and your family, or, you know, whatever. If you sold a wrap, what did that do for you? Did that buy you gas? You know, if you have Cricket or, you know, one of those prepaid phones, you know, did that pay for your minutes? Or, you know, post about things like that. And then the 5% that I talk to people in person, it's usually when I'm wearing my shirt, or when I'm, you know, barbecuing with friends and family, and or when I'm handing out my Blitz cards. And even then, when I'm handing out my Blitz cards, I add them on Facebook, so they watch me for a while before they join, or, you know, or become a customer. So, like I said, it's 5% Facebook, 5% in person, and the rest is on Instagram. I don't do parties. That has never been my thing. Like I've said before, I've always been, you know, not so much of a people person. So I get like really nervous. Even doing these videos used to make me really nervous. But I don't do a lot of parties. A lot of times too, another reason why I don't do it is because not a lot of people show up. I guess maybe it's the wording that I'm using. Party, you know, a lot of people think that you have to buy something. But, you know, there's tips from other leaders. You know, they say schedule appointments, but they also do a ton of vendor events. I don't do a ton of vendor events either. So, I mean, just find what works for you. If parties is your thing and you know, rock out with like $1,000 in wrap cash each time, or whatever the case is, then do parties. Do what works for you. If, you know, if you're a people person and you can do parties and, you know, and make a ton of wrap cash, do that. If you are behind the scenes and you want to do everything on your phone because you don't have time, Facebook and Instagram, mainly Instagram. There was another question. Hold on, I gotta find it now. Okay, what is the best advice for newbies who don't have support from their families, or negativity in general? Okay, first of all, unless your family is paying your bills, then you shouldn't care. And even if they are paying your bills, tell them this is why I want to do this, so you don't have to pay my bills anymore. It's as simple as that. My husband didn't even know that I joined until after I joined. And when he did, he kind of like made me feel bad about myself because I had already failed at 2 other direct sales companies. And I wasn't a people person. So he was like, how are you going to sell this if you don't talk to anybody? You see your friends at the store and you don't even say hi. Or, you know, he was like, you already failed at this. And he was like, you're going to spend all this money for, you know, we're just going to dig ourselves deeper. I was like, you know what? We need extra money. So I'm going to do what I can so that we can make extra money. At that point, we really needed it. So, I mean, I didn't even care what he had to say because I knew that I wanted diamond. And I knew that if he saw a diamond paycheck, he was going to shut up. So, and he did. So now he's on my team and he talks to a lot of people for me. And he's building his own team. As far as the negativity goes, if you're a negative person, that's not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to get loyal customers. You're not going to get distributors. If you do, you're only going to attract negative team members that are not going to want to do anything. You're going to get frustrated. So this was a really good saying from Sarah Neerman. I think that's how you say her last name. Be the distributor that you want to have on your team. So if you're a negative Nancy, all you're going to get is negative Nancys. So be positive Pam. That's another thing that kept me going is I stayed positive the entire time because I knew that if I got to diamond or any rank that was going to bring in some extra money, that was really going to help. So I didn't have time to be negative. I just had time to work my business and get to where I was going, and that was it. Like I said, I had a lot of struggles. It took me 14 months to get to diamond. I had to build my team and rebuild my team about 7 or 8 times. So the best thing I can say is watch The Secret. You know, if you're a religious person, maybe you need to pray about it. I did a lot of praying to keep me going. So if that's what you have to do, do it. Have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, and wake up every day with a positive attitude. Because positivity is kind of contagious. I mean, I saw all these people being positive at the beginning, and I was like, you guys are driving me crazy with all your positivity. But, you know, it really, really helped because once I started being positive and believing in myself that I could do this, my team started growing and my business started booming. So don't be negative. And like Sarah Neiman says, be the distributor that you want to have on your team. Okay, guys. This is actually kind of longer than normal. Does anybody have any other questions before I end the call? Text message? Okay. All right, guys. I'm not getting any more questions right now, but we will do this again. And if you have any questions, you can always message me or text me. My phone number is 361-687-5021. And you guys have a good night.